There it is, bada bing, bada boom. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Insurance Bro Show, where we are going to have a whole heck of a lot of fun talking about the 5 networking tips that all new agents should know. This is coming to us from the Farm Bureau Financial Services. So thank you very much for this article. And hey, let's just get into it.
The Insurance Bro Show is a podcast for agents who want to grow their agency and be titans of the insurance industry. Learn from a panel of experts who share their agency struggles, their experiences with the nation's best carriers, and share the marketing secrets that successful insurance agents are using today. Now, here's your host, the Insurance Bro, James Cias.
Hey, here we are. Welcome back to all of you insurance pros out there listening in today. We really appreciate every single one of you. And before we dive into the show, just a quick reminder to please subscribe on whichever platform it is that you're catching us on today. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, and drop a review so that other like-minded insurance agents can find value from the guests as we rise up in those podcast rankings. I will sincerely appreciate it. We are getting ready to rock and roll here. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, I always forget this part, right? I come back to the screen, and it's like, oh, yeah, don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Insurance Bro Show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, go to www.insurancebroShow.com/guest. I will be more than happy to have you on because, you know, when it comes right down to it, every single one of you is unique, just like...
Ain't no thing like me except me.
My buddy Rocket Raccoon. So, you know, we can learn from each other. We have so much to learn from one another. Ain't no thing on this planet, in this galaxy, like you, except you. And you've got a lot to share. So if you want to be a guest, www.insurancebroShow.com/guest. Be happy to have you. So, getting into it today. First of all, happy Friday, man.
It's Friday. Yay!
Friday. Yay! It's been a week, huh?
It's been a crazy week, dude. I mean, that's what happens in life and in business anyways, right? Things are going to come up, things are going to go down. You know, shout out to Mom. I know she's going to be watching all of our episodes for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And we're wishing her a speedy recovery.
You think this is really going to slow her down? You did see that the cast did not go around her foot, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's she's gonna
be hobbling.
She will be hobbling, but at least not for in the first couple weeks, though. First couple weeks are always painful.
Yeah, so. she'll take it easy. Mom, if you're listening, make sure you take it easy. You know, but on that note, let me just throw this out there. We had Sydney Bird on the show last week, I think it was, who is a representative for Aflac. And if Mom didn't have, you know, good medical insurance from Dad's job, you know, it would have been definitely something that she would have had to come out of pocket on. And Aflac is a good way to get reimbursed for those types of things. It's not specifically health covered, but it does cover out-of-pocket expenses. Go back and check out Sydney's episode. I can't remember exactly which number it was, but go back and check out Sydney's episode and learn more about Aflac and learn more about her. And if you are interested, if you want to make sure that your accident doesn't cost you out of pocket, give Sydney a shout out. Find her on all her social media. You know, check out the episode and look at all that information because that was totally unplanned. Did not come into this episode expecting to give her the shout, but you know, she deserves
it is what it is. All right, let's hop into this. Look, networking is one of the things that you have to do in your business all day, every day.
No matter what business you're in.
No matter what business you're in, you need to start building your network of connections, vendors, clients, all these different people.
Hold up. Before we jump into this, let me give a little story here. You ready? Check this out. It was 2005, actually, the end of 2005. And what happened? I got my heart broken by this girl while you and I were building our first business, right? Mm-hmm. So me being the emotional being that I am, took off, went to the Navy, spent 7 years, 7 months, 21 days wearing a uniform, shaving my face, keeping my hair short, and, you know, just doing everything that I was told.
That Uncle Sam told you to do.
That Uncle Sam told me to do. You, on the other hand, spent those 7 years, 7 months, and 21 days building a network. So first, talk to me about what your experience was in building the network that you did, because it's awesome and has led us to where we are today.
Absolutely. So when we essentially broke up, right? You joined the Navy, left California, and you were off doing the world traveling thing, listening to Uncle Sam. I was shutting down the business because I had no business being in that business, and I realized that holy crap, I had no clue what business was about. I made all kinds of mistakes, and trying to shut that down went completely broke. But at that point, I realized what I wanted to do. I realized, first of all, I wanted to figure out who this Uncle Sam guy was and why he was taking all our money.
And telling me what to do.
And telling me what to do. And then second, it was I wanted to learn about accounting. I wanted to know how money flows. How does it work? Why wasn't it flowing into my pocket? Why was it going out of my pocket?
Mm-hmm.
So I signed up for tax school, and I started teaching tax school with H&R Block. I learned about taxes, then I started teaching tax school. I left H&R Block, and I met Jimmy. He was connected through a mutual partnership, or through a mutual friendship. And
The
Jimmy
story for
owned,
another time.
a story for another time. And Jimmy owned Mike Russ Financial Training Center, where they do insurance licensing, real estate licensing, tax licensing. It's a licensing school. So if you guys need to get your insurance license, I know many of you who are in the insurance space here locally, at least in San Diego or in Southern California, know about Mike Russ schools.
60% of agents get licensed through Mike Russ schools. So yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So
they're still offering online classes, by the way. So if you guys are interested in getting your license, wherever it is that you have your...
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's right up there. Yep, we need the white screen. But whatever industry that you're in, if you're in the financial industry, you want to add insurance to what you're offering right now, the first thing you need to do is get licensed. Go to the Mike Russ schools. You can go to MikeRussClub.com. MikeRuss.org.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the
We'll drop it in there. MikeRuss.org, and get that license so that you can add insurance into your business as well. So anyway, go on. You met Jimmy. You started teaching over there, the tax school.
Yeah, I started teaching tax school, and that opened up the opportunity. Jimmy and Joe had started an insurance agency called Pipeline Insurance. Ding, ding, ding. And there's an insurance.
I recognize that one.
With like 20 years of experience. There's a guy who has a pool of insurance agents coming through the school, and they had an insurance agency together, but they had nobody there to run their accounting book. So I was offered an opportunity to partner into this insurance agency as the accountant, and from there it's grown tremendously. We went from having just one or two people working in this thing to now we're combined as an overall corporation. We're close to about 50 people working in our agency, and that little connection has opened up the door to a lot of different things. The cool thing about when you work at Mike Russ schools is you're allowed to take any pre-licensing course you want. So me being the license junkie, I went out and got a bunch of licenses. That's why I have my tax license, insurance license, I have my real estate license. I mean, all those different things. And I was not only doing that, I was able to go to a bunch of trainings because Mike Russ is such a big organization. There are a lot of people who want to be a part of that pool that they're talking to. So I went to live training events. I learned about tax training, tax softwares. I learned all kinds of different things in different conferences and industry events, and met all kinds of people within
happens
the
to be
industry.
Networking tip number 2. So we're kind of going a little bit crazy here. Like this is a bit different from what we normally do, which is fine because it's our show and we can do whatever we want. But this is where we're at. You got those licenses, you had started to make those connections. I mean, but even before all of that, like you had done so many things, you had built so many businesses and had spent so much time creating all of these networks. And what do we say? It's luck favors the prepared, right? So you had done all of the work to prepare for when you had this opportunity, when you met Jimmy Russ, to be able to capitalize that opportunity, because it was an opportunity that he offered.
It was an opportunity that was presented because I was in a position where I could actually do the work, right? So I could do the work as far as the accounting was concerned, because by then I had gone back to school. I got my degree in accounting. I was fluent in taxes because I was teaching tax school for him. So, those opportunities are there. They're out there all the time for each and every one of you to go out and seize them. The problem is you see them as problems, right? So whatever opportunity presents itself, you need to be prepared to take advantage of it, and you get prepared prepared by making sure that you are the person who you want to become. The life that you want to lead and the person you want to be should be the goal. We recently interviewed Jermaine on the Business Bros show. And the quote that I threw out on our Instagram today on the Business Bros page was goals are for losers. Right? What he focuses on is vision and timeline. So the reason why he said goals are for losers is because for him, it's not the end result that's important. It's the process and the person that you're becoming that's important. And so, having a vision of who you want to become and then working towards those things, as you become a better individual, more doors will open up. And now you have the opportunity to seize those moments and seize those opportunities for your own. So that's where
100%.
we ended up at.
So in order to get prepared, and the whole backstory was really, the things that you did to create your network that really has gotten us to a point, had gotten you to a point where when I came back from the Navy, we were able to start this business. We were able to, I was able to jump into the insurance space, get in there quickly and easily. And, my background, I don't know if you knew this even, at the time, if your experience with, when we had our first business just told you that as soon as I get back, I'm going to write all of the SOPs. I'm going to create the system that works. I don't know if you knew that in the back of your head, because I didn't necessarily.
I had no clue. No clue.
But we knew that we were going to partner together. We knew that we were going to make something happen. When I got back, that's exactly what I did. I went to work, created all the SOPs for the company, which is what I continue to do. And, speaking of which, it's been a really exciting time. And we'll just throw this out here. There are changes coming, positive changes coming to the pipeline team of San Diego. I am on the fence, and I haven't talked to you about this just yet as my accountant, but I'm on the fence on 2 different phone systems. One of them is Dialpad. I'm just going to throw that name out there. Dialpad. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are growing an agency, if you are growing a business, period, and you want to not only monitor your call center, monitor your salespeople, but have a built-in artificial intelligence, built-in AI that tells you whether the conversation is positive, neutral, or negative, this is your system, man. Dialpad. I went through a demo today, and it's twice the price of Zoom, which I talked to you about yesterday. But the features and the analytics capabilities, it's a powerful system, ladies and gents. And I'm going to be making a decision here soon on that one. Either way, it's going to be a really exciting change. That's one of the things that we're working on. Other things is, integrating all of the some additional commercial lines training to make sure that our agents know exactly what to expect when they're doing commercial lines with us. It is right now kind of a choice as it is right now. Either you choose personal lines or you choose commercial lines, but we want to make it, as always, our number one goal is to make it as easy as possible for agents to write, refer, and submit business through our systems. So, we are looking at different ways of making that as easy as possible. And that includes, integrating commercial lines training, or at least commercial lines 101, into our standard program. So lots of amazing changes coming, lots of good stuff coming. If you want to be a part of Pipeline Insurance, if you want to join the Pipeline team of San Diego, go to www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities. You get to work with me, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you like guys that wear purple shirts. But you also get on Fridays, you also get the opportunity to have an entire team working in the back end for you, making sure that you have everything that you need to retain business, to write business, to sell business, to be the best damn agent out there. So, wow.
Boom. Let's hop into the networking tips.
Yeah, because it's gonna be the last 15 minutes. Here we go. Here's our 5 networking tips that all new agents should know. And number 1. Here we are doing it, right? Every single day. Every single day we're doing it. Have an online presence. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not using social media, which first of all is free, second of all can be leveraged like a mofo to target your specific audience, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, how much does it cost, Nan, to run an ad on Facebook for 5 days?
Depends on how much you want to spend per day. Like you set your budget. Here's what it really comes down to when you're talking about marketing, right? If I was to tell you, here's $10, all you got to do is give me $5 in return. How often would you do that?
You give me $10 and all I got to give you is $5?
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time
As
you would
often as
have
possible,
unlimited number, right? And that's what
Yeah.
that's what you're talking about when you're using your advertising space. You want to make sure that the dollars that you're putting out are converting so that you can generate enough money coming in. If you're spending $500, you should be getting $600 in. At that point, you don't have a marketing budget anymore. Right? You set the budgets to test what's going on with your ads. Once you find an ad that works, that's converting well, now you don't have a budget. Now it's just let's exchange money as often as we can. That's what you have when it comes to an online presence as far as the paid ads. But what we're talking about here is for you to take advantage of the free stuff. This is you getting in front of people and telling them what it is you do. This is you giving the opportunity to other people to bring value to their life and their business. This is you establishing relationships, growing relationships, nurturing relationships, and building yourself a pipeline, pun intended, full of referrals ready to work with you because they know you, because they see you on a regular basis, they like you, and they trust you. And it has to do with that online presence. It's completely up to you whether or not you're going to post, right? And I hear this all the time when I talk to people about posting online. Well, I don't want everybody knowing what my personal business is. Well, fine. Don't post anything that's personal. Keep your page as professional as you like. Live on LinkedIn. Live on LinkedIn, right? If you go to the Business Bros Instagram page, you're not going to see pictures of my kids. You're going to see nothing but Business Bros stuff because that's what I want you to see. You're in control of what you want your audience to see. It's like you have the control to your TV. If you're watching sitcoms all the time and you never switch over to sports, that's your personal choice. You're choosing what's on your channel. So give people the opportunity to know who you are, but let them know that you have the remote and you're going to put in front of them what you want to show them. That's it. So if you haven't done it, it's your fault. There's nobody else but you.
I'm sorry. I took it too far.
Hurt my feelers.
You hurt my feelers.
But it's true though. It's really up to you, and there's so much power in social media. But social media isn't everything. You still got to go out and meet people, even though it's COVID time right now. And this article, ironically, was written in June, so it's COVID times. But you still want to attend conferences and industry events. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things have moved to Zoom. Now, it's not going to be the same thing. You're not going to have an opportunity necessarily to walk around and meet people, meet and greet, and do all these awesome things that happen at the conventions, at least not right now. But, excuse me, eventually the world will spin again, right? Where's that one clip? Where's that one? I know the one I want. There it is.
Because tomorrow the sun will rise.
Tomorrow the sun will rise. Eventually, this too shall pass. It's going to come a time when we are going to be out there in the real world, meeting and greeting. Maybe we'll have masks on, maybe not. We'll see, whatever. Things are going to get back to some semblance of normal. Okay. When that happens, those events, the Palm Springs BIG event, the iDay San Diego, those are the two big ones for our area. Figure out where the big opportunities are for you and attend those events. Get in front of your carrier reps, figure out who they are, shake hands with them, get to know them. I mean, you're going to have a relationship anyway because they're going to call you and say, hey, how are sales going? Why didn't you write any business with us this month? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? They're going to do that anyway. But when you go to these events, you get a chance to meet them on a more personal level, especially because after the event, after all of the showroom stuff, there's always happy hours. so much fun. And
sales people in their happy hours.
Oh, gotta love it. It's definitely
give it a 10.
Definitely
right.
one of those situations. I got stories. Of course I got stories.
We got stories.
There you go. Moving on to number 3, because it falls right in line here. We focus on those relationships. It's the relationships that we build, not just with our customers. Of course, those are extremely important, but think about the relationships with the people that are sending you business. Your customer, your referral partners, your customers might send you a piece of business here and there. Okay, if you do a great job for them, absolutely, they're going to want to refer you. You're going to be the person that when they think insurance, when somebody comes and asks them about insurance, they'll think of you because you've done such a great job for them. However, that's few and far between. Nan, when was the last time you asked somebody other than me about your insurance policy? When was the last time anybody in our audience asked somebody, hey, who's your insurance guy? Do you ever hear that question?
Mm-mm.
Where do you buy
Never.
insurance from?
Oh, you.
Yeah, but yeah. No, but I mean, people don't ask that question. Like, you're just having conversation and yeah, my insurance rates went up. Okay. You know,
That's
you might hear
End of
that and
conversation.
yeah. Oh, that sucks. You might get I got a guy, right? You might get that. But if you are in the real estate space, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a lender, if you are a title rep, if you are, give me some more, job descriptions in the real estate field,
officer, there's all
et
kinds of
cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you are in that in that chain of events when somebody's purchasing a house, you are in the perfect position to refer people to insurance needs. You can refer people to all kinds of different directions. You can refer people, if you're a real estate agent, you get to refer to the lender. You can refer to all the different places. You refer to the title, you refer to insurance, you refer. That's all you do all day, every day. So if you make great friends, you develop an awesome relationship with a real estate agent, with a lender, somebody who's in that pipeline when the buyer is in need of insurance, that's where you get the most referrals.
So Dane says, "Oh, trust me, the old farmers talk about insurance."
You know what? Different, it's a totally different thing in those rural areas. Thanks, Dane, for the comment. Appreciate it. When we're talking about insurance, the only experience that I have in insurance is right here in San Diego. Right, there are no farms out here. So, Dane, I appreciate that so much because it's definitely a different thing. I would love to have you on the show to talk some more about that. And that's one of the things that, I can talk to you all day about what it's like to sell insurance here in Southern California, but I don't know what it's like to sell insurance in Central California, where the majority of our of the area is agriculture. So, it's a totally different thing for sure. But focusing on these relationships here in our community, in our area, is definitely focusing on those referral partners is what we want to do. Be active in your community. Hell yes. Okay. Volunteer at events. Wear your pipeline shirt if you want to. Wear your logo. That's cool. Volunteering at events, just there's like give and take for me, because there's one part of it where you just want to do it to be there, and you will get your name in the community by being a sponsor of something like a food bank, right? That's kind of my thanks, Mom, by the way. That's where we go to put our donation dollars, is something like a food bank, homeless shelters, homeless outreach, whatever, those types of things. Being involved and actually being there and talking to the people that are there, that's going to give you that presence. That's going to show that you don't just talk the talk, you actually walk the walk. And yeah, I mean,
it comes down to this. Look,
give me more.
So you're an expert, right? You have a license. You have a piece of paper that the state of California, or the Department of Insurance in the state of California, has given you that says you are an expert in this industry. You've taken the courses that you need to. You've passed the state exam. You're an expert. The problem is nobody else knows that you're an expert. You know you're an expert, but that's not going to bring you business. You have to be out there, get in front of people and tell them what it is you do. The best way for people to remember you is if you bring value first. And that's really where the community outreach comes, right? You have things that are near and dear to your heart. Maybe you're like our friend Eric Gilman here, the leader of our 5 a.m. club. And he built him and a couple partners over there built a hospital in Haiti. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's doing. He's going to run, he's going to ride his bike across the country to raise funds for his hospital. That's
or like our outreach. Good friends at Bata Fulkerson Law Group, who donate to so many different charities. The Bulldog charity, the It's All About the Kids organization, just to name two off the top of my head. But, Yeah, there you go. There's that bulldog right there. They are so active in their community that, you know, so many charity organizations know who they are because they just pump a bunch of money into those organizations.
And you can stay within your niche. It's okay to be within your niche in your community. We did an interview with the owners of Peanut Butter Whiskey. They're here in San Diego as well. And rather than taking their marketing dollars and putting them out to advertise their stuff, they took their marketing dollars at the beginning of COVID to help other bartenders and other hospitality companies to support them during these times, right? The fact that you're giving back and how you're doing that to be active in your community is your marketing, right? You're essentially, you're doing it because you actually care about the community members, but that's how you're getting your name out. That's how people will know you. That's how people will like you, because like-minded people who have the same issues as you, who have the same cares as you, they're all going to connect with you and know who you are, and they're going to refer you business and do business with you. So it's one of those weird things. I like to call it karma. The more good karma you put out in the world, the more good karma is going to come back to you. And it's the
100%.
golden rule. You've seen it in every single book, including the Bible, since, you know, the beginning of time. Just treat people well, do well for others, and you will have everything you need in life. You can have anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they need.
100%. And, you know, another way to be active in your community is to buy local. You can always go to the Home Depot, right? But what if there's a small hardware store in your area that's a mom and pop shop, and how much is it going to help them out to buy a hammer from them instead of from Lowe's, right? How much is it going to help out to go to the liquor store down the street for your gallon of milk instead of going to the Vons? How much is it going to help them out? You know, when you're buying local, when you're buying from vendors that are right here in your community, you have the opportunity to, again, build relationships, nurture those relationships. And when I buy from you, you want to reciprocate if you can and buy from me. If I'm going to, you know, La Tienda right down the street on the corner, right? And I'm Mercado Shores is what I'm thinking of. Long
Inside
joke. But, you know, if I'm going to the corner store and buying, you know, minimal, the smaller things that I need that I don't need to go to the Vons or the Walmart or whatever for, I talk to the clerk. He's probably the owner or somehow closely related to the owner. We start building a relationship. At some point, I drop in there that I'm an insurance agent, and maybe he'll think of me the next time that he needs to renew his policy. Maybe he'll say, you know what? My policy's coming up for renewal right now. Would you take a look at it for me? Boom.
Absolutely.
Are you going to get that opportunity at Home Depot, at Walmart, at Lowe's?
No,
probably not. You're not going to run into the owners. You're not going to run into the people that are responsible for buying the insurance for those big chain stores. So smaller stores, you have that opportunity.
Ooh,
oh boy, that's a long one. At a bar eating lunch, overheard these two crabby old farmers talking about insurance. I had to chime in, and they were embarrassed when they found out I worked in the office they were saying was taking too much money. Oh boy. Took over for a guy who retired, so they're still getting to know me. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So Dane, I have experience with that too. I guess in a way that I wish that the only problem that I had when I took over an office was that they thought I was taking too much money. My problem was that the guy before me had taken money and hadn't actually purchased a policy for them. So, oh boy, rough stuff there. But
that was a steep learning curve, by the way.
That was a steep learning curve, but it was a lot of fun. We survived it. We're still alive and, you know, getting through and now just sharing our knowledge with everybody else. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, 5 networking tips for all of you new insurance agents. Again, I always appreciate every single one of you who does listen to the show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, rate, and review on whatever platform it is that you're catching us on today. It's going to help us show up that much higher on those search results so more and more agents can get value from the stuff that we're putting out. And again, if you want to be a guest on the show, please, I would love to chat with you, would love to learn from you, would love to learn from you, period. Like that, I'm just going to end it right there. You have so much to give. There ain't nothing in this galaxy like you except you. So, you know, share your knowledge with me and with our audience. And don't forget to follow me. Oh, wait, if you want to be a guest, www.insurancebroshow.com/guest. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Insurance Bro Show. I think that's it. Did I cover everything? All
you
right.
got it. You got
There
it.
it is. There it is. I'm going to have an outro script, but that's my outro script is thanks.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
That's the outro script. Smile and wave.
All right.
As always, I appreciate every single one of you who does tune in to listen. You all rock my socks. You have my heart. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day!
Thank you for tuning in to the Insurance Bro Show. James is the CEO of the Pipeline team of San Diego and is always in the market for top talent. If you're an agent looking for a place to hang your license, visit www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities or send an email to newagent@pipelineinsurance.com. Look for James on all social media at Insurance Bro Show.